What is going on, guys? Today in this video I'm going to show you how to update the firmware on your Sigma MC-11 adapter, coming up right after this. Hey guys, Nelson here. On this channel I do photography and tech tutorials and reviews and tips and tricks, and I've got a lot of content coming up in the future. So if you're new here, please consider subscribing. So likely if you've clicked this video, you don't need an introduction to the MC-11, but just in case you do, here's a brief description. The MC-11 is a mount converter for the Sony E-mount system. It allows you to take your Canon Sigma manufactured EF lenses and use them on the system. While this system was made to work with Sigma lenses, there are a number of Canon lenses that work with varying levels of success. In future videos, I am actually going to take some of my Canon glass and see how this works with the MC-11. So why would you want to update the firmware on your MC-11? Well, first, there's a number of bug fixes, as well as added support for new Sigma lenses. Now, a couple of things to note before we start. You're going to need the USB cable that came with the MC-11 or the optional dock that you may have purchased. And you're going to need to download the Sigma software to allow you to do this. Now, in case you haven't done the firmware update before, which this video assumes, you're going to flip down this little flap here that gives you access to the USB port on the Sigma MC-11. Now let's go on back to the office and I'll show you how to update the firmware right now. Alright guys, so the first thing we're going to need to do is install the Sigma Optimization Pro software. Go ahead and fire up your browser and type in Sigma Optimization Pro. Go ahead and click this link on the top. Once the page is open, scroll down a little bit and click the appropriate version. I'm going to click for Windows. Which brings you down here. Go ahead and click this download button. When the file has downloaded, go ahead and fire it up. Go through the install process and click Next. Accept the terms and click Next. Click Next again and Install and click Finish. Alright, so it's now time to fire up the Optimization Pro. Double click it. Once it launches, you will be prompted to connect the MC-11 via the USB cable that shipped with the MC-11. Optimization Pro will check for a new firmware. Now I'm actually running version 1.21, which is the latest firmware, but at this point you would click Firmware Update. It will check to see if a new version is available. Now again, I am running the current version. At this point you would be presented with a caution screen. Please read through the instructions carefully and go ahead and click the Agree tab on the bottom. Let it run through its process and it will finish and you will be running the latest firmware. Alright, you should be rocking the new firmware on your MC-11 now. Let me know in the comments below how this worked for you and if you've noticed any improvement in your MC-11 since doing the firmware update. If you found this content useful, please do not hesitate to give it a thumbs up, and if you're new here, please consider subscribing.